Just go back.
What's up, Panther fans? It's the C3 Fantasy Football Draft. That's right. It's the night we've all been waiting for. Thursday night, September 3rd, where 48 teams come together. In a couple of months, one will leave victorious, the other will all leave happy and still Panther fans. Joe Riolano, this is a big event for C3.
Yeah, it is. This is the start of something wonderful. The fantasy football season is kicking off for us. We've got a lot of great prizes we're giving away during the course of the year. We got a lot of smack talking that has already begun. Some of it quality, and some of it's more about quantity, I guess.
Joe, what are you going to be looking for this evening?
I'm going to be most interested in seeing where some of these suspended guys get drafted, like the Mark Bryant kid from Pittsburgh, and then Antonio Gates. Some of the guys that are going to have to sit out a few games. I'm interested in seeing where they're going to be picked up.
You know, we got 4 leagues going simultaneously. I got all the windows open. I need to say this, and if we can text them. Oh, why did I just open Photoshop? Wrong button on the computer as the draft is kicking off in 2 minutes. So just to tell everybody a little bit about the C3 Fantasy Football Draft, this is a 48-team fantasy football league. There's 4 divisions. Each division has 12 teams. Each division then sends 3 teams to a super bracket, a super playoff at the end, just like you would. This would make a 12-team playoff, right? It's 12-team playoff. Yep, 12-team playoff. There's 4 byes to start, and these guys are going to go battle to win. So you got to get the way it's just like the NFL. To win, you got to get in. You got to get in, and then you can win. And then the only way to get in is to win your division or fight for a wild card spot. Right. So big prizes this year, Joe. We've got $300 to the winner and a Shaq Thompson jersey. We've got
Monday Night Football.
Wow. ESPN does not hold back on the drama. All right. What I need to know is I need to know from Mel right away when it says I'm waiting to pick a player, and this is anybody having trouble? Let's see, where's Mel at? Mel, can you draft? Because I'm signed in. And if not, this is going to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to message him.
You want me to message him, or you got it?
Let's see if it drafts. Let's see. Who do you think is going to be drafted number 1?
It should be either Adrian Peterson or...
It was. AP goes number 1, and that goes to draft summary. Mel's Late Night Funchies. Adrian Peterson picking number 1.
I think this is a sound pick. I mean...
Look at this. They're flying off the charts, guys. And this is in what league is this? Holy cow, if I don't find out which league this says, right? This is in Mentor League. It goes Adrian Peterson, Jamal Charles, Le'Veon Bell. Pimpin' a Ely with Le'Veon Bell in the third pick. 2 leagues, Le'Veon Bell is selected at the 3rd selection. Joe, we've got 1 league. All right, so this is where he goes. Mel drafted Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson goes number 1 in 3 out of the 4 leagues. Team Supercam out of nowhere with Aaron Rodgers at number 1.
Wow.
You know, I really don't got a problem with that, to be honest, Joey, because if you think about it, if you pick 9 and you wanted them, you know, if you pick a guy at 8, you could pick him at 1. It's the same thing, right?
I don't know. I have a question. I think they're going to run the ball a little more this year because their main receiver is out. Nelson is done. So I see them putting a little more emphasis on Eddie Lacy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Aaron Rodgers is going to get his. You know what I mean? No matter what.
Right.
But I would feel better about that pick at number 1 if he had a full, every receiver. Missing Jordy Nelson, that's his go-to guy.
Yeah, and Kevin Cobb. Kevin Cobb is hurt as well.
Right. Banged up his shoulder.
I'm going to see if Sharona wants to join this little party.
Oh, she'd be more than welcome. Is she not drafting?
She is drafting, but she is a master of all things.
She is. She is the first lady of the NFL.
That's the truth. Let's see. Sharona, if you're watching right now, I'm sending you a direct message on Twitter. Okay, Joe, let's see. Quick recap. And this, by the way, that direct message would pull you right in. Joe, you got to tell me if she comes in because I'm not looking at that screen. What we got is we've got 7 picks. Look at this. One league has had 2 picks. The other leagues are on pick 7.
What's a slow league?
Hold on. It might be me waiting on the pick because we're picking for Jay Cryer. Oh God, I'm sitting here
talking smack and about yourself.
Yes. Come on. Why is my computer not working? There we go. Draft now. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, it was totally me.
Okay, so who'd you pick?
Shit. We picked, and I don't know. What do you think about this? Eddie Lacy at number 3.
I think that's a decent pick. Like I said, I think he's going to get more carries than a normal year because Packers are missing a few weapons offensively.
Let's see who we lost, who we missed. We missed on C.J. Anderson.
That's not a big miss.
We missed on Marshawn Lynch. I think that's comparable. Yeah. Eddie Lacy. All right, so let's go through Mel's League. And Mel's League, let's see. They are at pick number – Andrew Luck just went at number 9. In Caddyshack League, Rob Gronkowski goes at 10. And Green Eggs and Cam, DeMarco Murray at 10. And because of me, the Team Rucker, I guess this would be League, Muhammad is only at pick number 5. Sorry, guys.
We'll be on it from this point forward.
We will. I was getting everything set up. See, gosh, now I got to go back and now edit this podcast. I can't. It's live. All right. So, Joey, what would you be doing here? Actually, you know what? We've got to start thinking about this as we are managing Jay Cryer's team. And without giving away what our the super strategy individual players are, we've picked a running back who I think is going to get. He's going to be.
It's our turn?
No, it's going to do that every time one of the people that's from the C3, like Mel, all the leagues, all the teams I set up, which is Mel, Ken. It's going to do that a lot. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Let me see if maybe I can turn it down. So we got a durable back in round 1, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what you're going to get, a consistent guy. Demaryius Thomas, they're flying through it. And Green Eggs and Cam is already at pick 17.
Wow. Somebody did their homework.
Des Bryant goes at number 12.
He had like 16 touchdowns last year, or some crazy number like that.
We don't get to pick for a long time. I screwed it all up. So let's see what the defending champ has done. The defending champ picked with her first pick.
The not so lazy Susans.
Yeah, LaShawn McCoy. That was no surprise. She has been saying she's going to pick him. Got to worry about that hamstring.
His hammy's bothering him. And I was listening today, and a lot of the veteran players who have turned, commentators were saying, for him being so young, that hamstring seems kind of weird because, it's usually your hamstrings bother you as you become an older player.
Okay.
So they're saying that's somewhat unusual that they see it being a potential problem throughout the year.
Already.
Yes. Much like feet with big men and backs.
Right. Yep. By the way, the Panthers are playing right now. They're beating Pittsburgh.
They are 17-0. Joe Webb has the offense moving down the field.
Right.
We saw actually Todman is in the game. He had a nice 49-yard run for a touchdown.
Wager has looked fantastic.
He has. And Cap, they just blocked a punt. The Steelers did.
You're like 5 seconds ahead of me, unless this is the replay. This might be a replay.
Freaking believable.
I'm pretty sure that your feed is like 5 seconds ahead of me.
I don't understand how we could be so bad at this. Looks like he came in untouched. Oh no. I think it was Sticky Wicky got beat. No, it's Marlowe. Marlowe, the defensive back, got beat. The guy.
Team Fabulosa's on the board. Team Fabuloso picks C.J. Anderson at number 8.
Not bad. It's not a bad spot. I think he's going to take over the role from Ball. Monty Ball was a starter a year ago. And
then they always have that stupid Hillman kid that like
Ronnie Hillman.
Yeah, that does well.
Yeah.
Looks like Team Ford. Come on, let's see who that is. That must be Mel's wife. Just took Jeremy Hill at
the Bengals
16. And Andrew Luck at number 9. That's a high. That's a lot on the That's a lot of AFC right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it is only 2 players. So, man, we got some. We are. How many picks away are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks out, Joe, for Jay. Right now, Demaryius Thomas is about to go. Des Bryant's up there. Jeremy Hill, Odell Beckham Jr., Julio Jones. We're going to land somebody good.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers is falling. Doc is falling. Might be able to catch it. Well, unless. DeAndre Hopkins, number 28 pick out of Houston.
That's a good pick. I think what's his name? The quarterback there likes him. He's his favorite go-to guy.
Right.
Oh, come on, Panthers.
Is this waiting for agents?
Have you been watching Hard Knocks, the show?
No, I have not.
I love it, man. I love it, but they curse so much in that thing. The coach, everything is F this, F that, I love you, F you. Everything is F this, and I mean, it's F-bombs everywhere. But I guess, in all actuality, that's how it was. Even in high school when I played, that was probably one of the more popular words out there.
I say it a lot.
I cannot even tell you. The other day, well, Johnny was here a couple of weeks ago, and he stayed for like 3 weeks. He got a car because he's 16 now, if you can
Nice.
believe it. He's got a 2000,
Who's driving
2000,
it?
2014 Ford Mustang GT, 420 horsepower.
Oh God, a
I know.
16-year-old kid.
I
That's
know.
a
I
good
know.
idea. Just
It's
give
like
him. Why
a,
don't you give him a jet airplane too? I got it.
it's like a $30,000 car, man.
Jeez, I don't even got it.
No, me neither. We don't. You could combine our two cars, and I don't think it would be $30,000 for both our cars.
Good for
Um,
him.
anyway, he had just gotten here. It was the day he got here, so I wanted to drive his car, of course. So
Nice.
we were going to dinner. So I was driving, and I got to this little part of the road where it goes from like 35 to 45. And we were coming from a dead stop, so I gunned it. And of course, my wife started freaking out and was like, slow down, slow down. And Eric was in the back seat with her, and he said, yeah, Mom, you're such a. And he used the word wussy, but he said the real word.
Oh.
He used the P word. And first it was pure
Panthers
shock.
broke up a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a great play. First was utter shock, just the shock
Yeah,
of having heard,
yeah,
and
that moment.
you're playing it over in your mind, like, did he really just say that, or is that what I heard?
Yeah, yeah. He had to have said "wussy."
Right. But then I realized he said it, and it was funny. We were all laughing, but at the same time, you're trying to explain that, hey, that's not a nice word. You might have heard some kids at your school use that word, but that is not the word you should use.
All right, who's back? Somebody picking back to back, and this is in what league? Caddyshack. So that is Ken Dye with the #1 pick, and so he just picked, I would say, right?
Should be 2 for him, right?
That's what I
If he's
thought.
#1.
No, that can't be it. Who is? I need to check my email, but make sure the world isn't falling apart. We are gonna pick one day soon. When it comes to Jay Cryer's league, right now, some big names out there.
All right, talk to me. Who's out there?
Okay, thank you. All right, so this is what we got. Is right now I think we are 3 picks away. We've got Calvin Johnson's on the board. Rob Gronkowski just went. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers is out there. Alshon Jeffries, T.Y. Hilton, Mike Evans. I almost want to show you. I wish I could show it to you. Andrew Luck's out there. Mark Ingram, Emmanuel Sanders, Alfred Morris, Lamar Miller, Brandon Cooks, Jordan Matthews. So what we got is Eddie Lacy.
I would go either. I'm tempted to go Aaron Rodgers, man.
I know, me too, man. It's our pick.
I would go Aaron Rodgers if he's there.
All right, so let's look at this. We'll look at it like this, Joe. Is that right now the top QB out there? Andrew Luck's out there too. So here's the thing: is that we just get to pick what quarterback we want because we'll catch another one on the way back. Top receivers, though, right now, Alshon Jeffrey, T.Y. Hilton, Mike Evans, Emmanuel Sanders, Brandon Cooks, Keenan Allen. We got to get a good receiver, Joe. So the question is right now, do we go at this pick Andrew Luck or Aaron Rodgers?
Maybe Andrew Luck because they're better on offense than they were last year.
Did Aaron Rodgers get picked? No, man. Where did he go? You think Andrew Luck?
Yeah, because they added Johnson, the receiver from Houston, and they added Frank Gore. So I think he's going to have an opportunity to score. He's playing, got to remember, he's playing the Titans, he's playing the Jags, and he's playing the...
We got 35 seconds. Luck or Aaron Rodgers. I feel bad giving Jay Cryer Andrew Luck, man.
Why?
Because we hate Luck.
I know, but if you give him Rodgers and Lacey, those are two guys that are going to be gone in the same bye week.
We did it.
What'd you do?
We went Andrew Luck.
I think that's a good
believe
move.
I did that. I can't believe
think that's a good move.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry.
I think that's a good move, man.
Okay, so
and then we'll get a receiver right away because we're coming back in just a few picks, right?
All right, so Ken Dye has only had one pick so far. Poor guy. That was the league I screwed up. He is number one. He went AP. All right, so we're about to pick again. Why does it not? I'm about to get so mad at this stupid thing. All right, so we need to get a wide receiver or running back. We could go another running back, dude. That might be what we need to try to do is grab a back.
Like who?
Gosh, these names suck. We are with this is going to be like the 34th pick. And right now you're talking about, oh, why is it not sorting them by rank? There we go. Jesus. Okay, Mark Ingram, Alfred Morris, Carlos Hyde, Justin Forsett, Melvin Gordon, Jonathan Stewart, Frank Gore, Todd Gurley, Bell, Latavius Murray. We're not going to get a pick for a long time. So the question is, all right.
I thought we were coming back around on the short time.
Yeah, but after that one, we got nothing.
I think we need to go receiver.
Okay. If that's the case,
the names of. Go ahead.
All right. Here's the top 5. All right. Alshon Jeffries. Well, actually, no, we are right now. It's on us. Here's receivers: Mike Evans, Emmanuel Sanders, Jordan Matthews, Keenan Allen, Deshaun Jackson, nope, Edelman, Vincent Jackson, Amari Cooper, Golden Tate, Devontae Adams, Andre Johnson, Sammy Watkins, Mike Wallace, Jarvis Landry. I mean, do you take Mike Evans here? That's a lot on him.
I think that's too high for him. I would rather go Golden Tate.
No, he can't be our number 1 receiver.
Oh, versus I'm looking up what he did last year right now, stat-wise.
Can't do it. That's terrible. 3rd round receiver. Receivers have flown off the board in this league, obviously.
Okay. Then we definitely need to go receiver.
Torrey Smith. God, these are way down there. I can't. I think you go Mike Evans. What about Keenan Allen?
I like Keenan Allen.
The San Diego Chargers are going to be good this year. It's either him, Emmanuel Sanders, or Mike Evans.
I like Emmanuel Sanders too.
In the Denver offense splitting time. Let's go Keenan.
Emmanuel Sanders was 5th in the NFL last year with receiving yards. He had over 1,400 yards receiving.
Ooh.
I'm looking up all of his stats. He was 5th in yardage.
He had 1,000 yards receiving. No, that's Keenan Allen had 1,000 yards receiving. Mike Evans had 1,200. We've got 12 seconds, Joe. Emmanuel Sanders, Mike Evans, or Keenan Allen?
How many touchdowns?
Well, we went Sanders.
I think that's a good move. He had 9 touchdowns last year, man, and 1,400 yards.
We took it down to the wire, Joey. All right, let's see where everybody else is in the league. All right, here's Ken's team for you. Adrian Peterson, Brandon Cooks, T.Y. Hilton. Running back, wide receiver, wide receiver. We went quarterback way early, Joe. That's what happened with this league for well, still we. What else can you?
I feel like we got a good quarterback. I feel like we got a good receiver because he had 101 catches last year, Cody. And I feel like we got a really good running back. So I think for where we are with what we have, I think we're good, man. We just need to now see where we can. I think receiver, maybe go receiver again or running back, depending which has, which position has a better name. Don't you think?
Say that one more time because I got to tell you something after that.
We got to go. Oh, Norwood just caught a ball. We got to go running back or receiver, depending on, which one has a higher ranked the position is.
Oh, well, we're going to get too quick. Yeah, let's not. You're right. And the question is, what's the order you do that? And almost would behoove us to look to see who is picking in between us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which is so hard for me. I have so many windows open, dude. I can't make sense of all this. All right, let's talk about Mel's team. This is Mel's team right now. Adrian Peterson, Jordan Matthews, Jimmy Graham. Grant Hughes is flying through the draft. Tony Romo, DeMarco Murray, Randall Cobb, Jordan Matthews, Greg Olson, Amir Dula. He has a monster team. That's a good team. I'm going to read it to you again, Joe. Okay. Tony Romo, DeMarco Murray, Randall Cobb, Jordan Matthews, Greg Olson, Amir Abdullah, the Butcher. That's a legit squad right there. Solid. He's just going to put up good numbers each week. I don't know if any of those guys are going to be like giant. We need the Packers. Thank God we didn't go Aaron Rodgers, Joey. We would have had Aaron Rodgers and Eddie Lacy.
Right, and which would have been when they have a bye week. We'd have really been screwed.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons I thought go Luck for that reason.
And I hate to say it, but I think Andrew Luck has I need to check Twitter. Has anybody really been watching it?
No, I have not, but I will bring the screen up so I can keep an eye on it.
All right, let's see what's going on. All right, here's Jones' team. She's tweeted in a pic. Aaron Rod. This is a good team. You should. She says, my draft so far, I have no idea if this is good or bad. She went Aaron Rodgers, C.J. Anderson, Amari Cooper, Sammy Watkins, Jordan Cameron, Ryan Matthews. All right, two things I say about this. My first impressions, Joe, about this lineup is Aaron Rodgers and C.J. Anderson have a bye. Both have a bye in week 7. So, Joan, what I would do is I would seriously be thinking, well, you can run a flex in this league. So as long as your other running back, yep, you're good. So you can just run an extra wide out when you have a running back that has a bye, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sammy Watkins could have a big year this year. Amari Cooper, again, that's an interesting pick. He hasn't really shown a lot in the preseason, I don't feel like. And maybe I've just missed it.
No, he hasn't shown much, but they are going to be going to him a lot.
Okay, so if we were going to find somebody for Joan, he's got a tight end. You've got a lot of options right there. You need to load up on wide receiver and running back. I'd be looking for a steal running back in there somewhere, like a late guy that's actually going to get some looks. Ryan Matthews might not be bad if there's some injuries that get into that Philadelphia. They're going to commit it. There's so many back there, though, Joey.
You're right.
There's like 5 starting running backs on that team.
It seems like it. They got DeMarco, they got Ryan Matthews, and they got
Sproles.
Sproles, right. So
I guess they will rotate in. Well, they just put Mark Murray in, play one, Matthews played two, and then Sproles played three.
On third down. They could. That would keep them fresh over the course of the whole year, that's for sure.
All right, let's see what else is going on in Twitter. Who else is? Mel took Graham in the third. Let's see what happened. Good game. Oh, she's there. Let's see. Gronk at 10. My team's shaping up nicely so far. Here, this is Brian Palmies. Charles Evans Cooks through 3. He said he missed Julio Jones by 1 pick. You know what I hate is having these great wide receivers in our division. That's why we got to keep Josh Norman around, Joe. All right, let's talk about the Panthers for a moment. What did you think about, because we've got a lot to talk about this week coming up. I think this was a fun game. I think
we have a special guest this Tuesday on the C3 podcast. We've got Frank Scudero, who writes for the Jacksonville Jaguars down there. You have to forgive me, I'm not familiar. I don't remember the name of the paper there, but he's the Jags writer for the paper in the Jacksonville area.
Oh, gosh. Somebody tell Mel that, Mel, it's in the mail. It's in the mail. He just tweeted me. He said Mel Mayock is a girly man. He picks Todd Gurley at.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yes, he did. The 49th pick. He picked Peyton Manning, then Todd Gurley.
Wow.
Okay, so here it is. Let's see. Right now, the auto pick for Green Eggs and Cam would be Joik Bell. The auto pick for Mel. Well, actually, no, he wouldn't be in the next pickup is Julian Edelman. I don't like that pick. All right, it's our pick, Joey. Holy cow, they're waiting on us.
Okay.
So we need a wide receiver, right? Here's who's up. Edelman. Vincent Jackson's out there. Golden Tate's out there. Golden Tate's still out there, Joe.
He might be the guy.
What about Devontae Adams? You think Golden Tate's more proven?
Well,
so Sammy Watkins is out there. We only got 55 seconds. So here, what do you want to know?
I don't like Sammy Watkins. No, I don't. Not with the quarterback they have.
There's no good running backs out there. Chris Ivory. Ooh. Okay, I know what we're doing. Let's pick a wide receiver right now, Joey. This is your choices. Edelman, Vincent Jackson, Golden Tate. It goes 1,000. Edelman had 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Vincent Jackson, 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Edelman had 7 touchdowns. Devontae Adams had 5 touchdowns last year, Joey.
Golden Tate, how many receptions did
98 for Edelman.
Okay.
I think we should do it. We got 6 seconds.
Yeah, go with Edelman. He's going to get the looks.
Now we get to get one of these guys on the back end here. And I got some eyes on this, what I think we should do. So right now, let me just give you the rundown of wide receivers that we'll have options with, okay?
Okay.
We're probably going to have Devontae Adams there. Maybe Devontae Adams, Andre Johnson. We also have Luck. So the Andre Johnson to Luck connection could be there. Brandon Marshall, Sammy Watkins, Mike Wallace, Jeremy Maclin, the sleeper. Mm-hmm. We got a long ways to go before we come back. So here's the running back. Basically, we got to think of this, Joey. What's deeper at this point? You know, what kind of running back? We've only got one running back on this team right now. And do we just try to? It's our pick. Here it is. It's our pick.
Okay.
Here's the running backs: Joyke Bell, Latavius Murray, Andre Ellington, Joseph Randall, T.J. Yeldon, Arian Foster, Chris Ivory. I like that Chris Ivory. Giovanni Bernard is out there. C.J. Spiller is there. Those are the top running backs. Now, the top wide receivers are Andre Johnson, Brandon Marshall, Sammy Watkins, Mike Wallace. So total points, if we were going to go off of points, the top wide receiver had 175 points. The top running back had 211 points. Joyke Bell had 211 points last year.
I know, but he's going to be competing for time with Amir Abdullah.
I like Chris Ivory here. Chris Ivory, running back for the. Hey, Sharona, how's it going? We got 49 seconds, and we're trying to figure out if we should pick Chris Ivory over Bernard, over Latavius Murray, Joyke Bell.
I would go Latavius Murray.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
That's just me.
Okay.
Andre Johnson, Brandon Marshall, Sammy Watkins, Mike Wallace, Macklin.
Andre Johnson.
So would you take Andre Johnson or Latavius Murray if you had those two choices?
Who else do you have? Who else is on your roster?
We could use both. 232 points. Projected.
Andre Johnson.
Oh, we're going Latavius Murray.
Uh-oh.
Just based on points. Just based on
Let me
points.
tweet out that I'm joining you.
Joey, I wanted to go Chris Ivory there.
I know you did. I could tell.
I really did.
Yeah, I think that's a good move though, Murray.
You're gonna play lighter defenses throughout the season, right?
Yeah.
Than Chris Ivory.
That's for sure.
We have Andrew Luck already. We have Andrew Luck, so that's one of those things too with picking
the same teammates.
Which usually that's my style.
Right.
So, all right, Sharona, catch us up on what's happened so far in your league.
Well, I got okey-doked a little bit by this auto pick thing, but I've got it turned off now. So for my team, I'll give you a quick rundown on my team, and then I'll look at some of the other picks. I would not have picked C.J. Anderson, although I like him a lot. I would not have picked him with my first pick. I think I was eighth in the draft order, and then it auto-selected Jeremy Hill, and I'm okay with that pick. I like that pick. And so I was finally able to get it off of that, and I took Jonathan Stewart and Frank Gore with my next two picks. So now I'm looking. I have been. It's kind of weird because for me, this is a weird draft because, well, again, I wouldn't pick C.J. Anderson, but I have tended to go wide receiver heavy this year. But so far in this draft, for me, my one and only hard and fast draft rule is to let the draft come to you. And so I just wait to see who's out there. I mean, I have an idea of who I like and who I want to pick. And that's kind of how it's felt for me in this draft is, let me get back over to you guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I've got 5 windows open right now.
Here we go. Oh, here we are. So, so for me, it's kind of felt a little bit weird, but I went because I was going to pick him, and it just didn't happen. Let's see. Pick history. Somebody just picked Drew Brees. Tom Brady just went. Quarterbacks are starting to go off. Adrian Peterson was our number 1 pick. Le'Veon Bell, Eddie Lacy, Jamal Charles, Antonio Brown, Marshawn Lynch, DeMarco Murray, me, C.J. Anderson, Matt Forte, Rob Gronk Smash, LaShawn McCoy, Demaryius Thomas, Des Bryant.
What's the biggest surprise out of that first round? Is it you with your auto pick, C.J. Anderson?
Right.
What would you say the biggest surprise is? in that first round of picks for you guys?
Well, I think C.J. Anderson's ADP is a little high. Oh wait, I'm drafting. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Get them. All right, me and Joe.
That's all
Joe.
right. I'm drafting Tom Brady.
Oh, the pretty boy.
No suspension.
Hey, listen.
No
It's all
suspension.
about winning. If the Patriots can cheat and win, I'm gonna draft pretty boy.
Yeah,
No shame in my
hope
game.
Yeah, you're not giving back your
He
fantasy
beat the
title.
rat, baby. He beat the rat, baby.
He
It's
did.
it's going up on appeal. He's gonna be playing.
All right, let's see who's picking right now. Mel is picking.
Sorry, let me get over here to where I can. Sorry it took me so long to come in. I was actually watching. I heard you guys say, "Oh, we should get Sharon in here." I was like, I don't have any makeup on.
Oh, my bad. We just like kind of threw it together at the last second.
I love it. I'm glad you did it.
Have 4 windows of like I'm watching 4 drafts and I'm trying. I missed the first pick of the guy I'm drafting for. I'm drafting for one of our good friends who is in Scotland or who lives in Scotland, and he said he couldn't stay up till 4 a.m. to do the draft or 3 a.m. or whatever it is. So we auto picked our first pick as well.
Okay.
Jay, I hope he doesn't listen to the show later on, which he will. We got Eddie Lacy.
I like that pick. I do.
You do?
Yes.
Joey likes it as well.
Yeah,
I think that's a great pick.
I think it's a great pick too.
I think you're gonna see a lot more touches this year.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
All right, there's a lot of our commissioners picking right now.
Hey, Tony, I'm gonna step out for a minute. I'm gonna jump back on. Okay.
All right.
Here, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to bring you guys into our live draft so you can see. Hold on just a second.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Can you see us?
Yes, we can.
So this is kind of where we are. There's my team over to the right. You can see who's coming up. I think Joseph Randall's high. His ADP is a little high. I like TJ Yeldon. I hope nobody's watching this because my pick is coming up. No, I do. Hope everybody's watching this because it's awesome. I was watching and I was enjoying it.
I think
so.
We're
Thank
in the
you guys
same
for inviting
league.
me in. All right.
We're
so
in the same league, Sharona.
Oh yeah.
The one that I'm in right now, drafting for my buddy, is the whatever league. This is Muhammad.
Ah.
So, all right. So, look, I'm watching it as close as I can. But what would you say? What do you get the feel of this year's fantasy draft being like? Is it like wide receiver first? Is this a pretty fair? Usually, Panther players come off real hot in these leagues.
I'm surprised
they haven't.
I understand why. I'm surprised Devin Funchess has been going so high. I understand the thought process. I think I've drafted Jonathan Stewart. I drafted him in this league. I think his ADP is a little bit high. A lot of times, and I'm finding this is true across a lot of different leagues, it's all based on that P word, potential, and not necessarily, I don't know. I mean, because Jonathan Stewart's got to stay healthy, and, I guess we'll see. But I do think that, and it's not just me, I think a lot of people are going wide receiver heavy this year. I think that it's a good year to draft wide receivers.
I'm still thinking, I know it is that we, like you said, potential that we watch so closely and or hope for, but I think, where did Calvin Johnson go in this league? That's what I'm interested in. I feel like
it's my time. Okay, hold on.
I think Calvin Johnson has come off late. Let's see where he went in our league.
Tony, I think next we need to go Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah. All right, so Calvin Johnson went 19th overall. That's crazy.
I got to get some wide receivers.
Yeah, we know that feeling.
Well, I wanted to ask you what your thoughts on Marcus Mariota are.
He's looked good. He had the one bad game, but he's looked good. I think that He's a talented young man, and I think that as long as he can stay healthy and they can keep some semblance of a running game going, that there's hope. I traditionally, historically, stay away from rookie quarterbacks. I don't think that they're a good fantasy option, but I do think that he's showing the potential to be everything that the Titans wanted him to be when they selected him with that number 2 overall selection.
Right. I think I agree with you. I think he's looked good except for the one game, and I think it's really just a matter of him getting more and more comfortable being under center.
Yeah, yeah,
And once he gets to that comfort level, the same comfort level where he is in the shotgun, he's going to be very dangerous because he's a talented athlete and he's a smart kid. So I think he's really got some serious potential. I can't wait
yeah,
to
I do
see
too.
him in a couple of years, see where his development is.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that with any young quarterback, with any player, really, it all depends on going to a, a scheme and a team that is going to surround you with the talent and put you in a good place to succeed.
Right.
So.
And were you disappointed at all with the performance of Bishop Sankey last year?
Heck yeah, we
You know,
were. I was a fan. I drafted him on my fantasy team.
I
Joe, is that me or you going
No,
out?
it's me too. I lost her volume.
Okay. We lost you.
Man.
And can you hear me? I can see her just fine. So I
Yeah.
think, see if you can jump out and jump back in maybe. That's all I could say. Joey, I want to know this because while we're waiting, I don't know. We can't hear you, Sharona. So what I would say, Joey, I wanted to ask her this is what do you think about it's our pick and we're sitting here just talking.
Okay.
We got a minute left. We got this. We're going wide. Chris Ivory is still there, dude.
Wow, you really want some Chris Ivory, don't you?
All right, so let's look at wide receiver real quick because we need one. Eric Decker. Charles Johnson, Minnesota. Torrey Smith.
He would
Michael
be.
Floyd.
He would
Here,
be
let me
good.
read off the 10 to you, all right? Let me read
Okay.
off like the first 5. We got 30 seconds. Sammy Watkins, Mike Wallace, Eric Decker, Al Galore, Charles Johnson, Roddy White, Torrey Smith, Michael Floyd, Martavius Bryant, Larry Fitzgerald, John Brown. I feel like we need a guy that's going to get touchdowns, and I think Charles Johnson's that guy, Joey, out of that list.
From the Vikings?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he looked good last year. I would say him or Aguiar from the Eagles.
We went.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
And we just went Charles Johnson in our league, the league that you're in. That's who we picked.
Okay.
We picked Charles Johnson over Watkins, Wallace, Decker, Al
Okay,
Galore.
I like Charles Johnson. I've been driving.
We needed some touchdowns, Joey. That's what we don't have on this team. If you look at our list, this is our lineup right now, Joe. It's Andrew Luck, Eddie Lacy, Emmanuel Sanders, Julian Edelman, Latavius Murray, Charles Johnson.
I think that's solid.
You know who I want to get? I know I don't want to tell Sharona because she's in the league. He's gone already.
Who are you? Who are you guys on here?
We're picking for
Team Pryor.
Team Pryor, is that what he has?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's our pick, Joe. And all those wide receivers are still
okay.
All right, so Joe, we could go. This is what our option is because I think we should just stick wide receiver, or let's see what tight end.
Tight end? Yeah.
There you go. Here we go.
Martellus Bennett's out there.
Martellus Bennett, Jordan Cameron, Zach Ertz, Delaney Walker, Larry Donald. None of these guys are good. I like Austin's Julius Thomas is out there, dude. How bad is his injury?
It's 4 to 5 weeks.
It's 4 to 5 weeks. He just had surgery.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was going to. All right. So we do need a tight end, Joey. We're not going to have a pick for a long time unless we're going to just try to grab somebody way late next.
You said Martellus Bennett is on there?
Yeah. 77, ranked 77th.
I like going that route.
Or
you think
Jordan
that's too
Cameron.
high for him? Or Jordan Cameron.
Yeah, I think Jordan Cameron. Jordan Cameron might be good in Miami, but look, Martellus Bennett.
He's also going to be competing with Deion Sims, and
Yeah, and the Chicago offense is kind of
scary.
Like they don't got a lot. Melvin White's or whatever Kevin White's hurt.
Yeah,
he's going to miss a lot. I think we should go this Bennett pick. He had 72 catches last year.
And I expect the same or more from him this year. With, what's his name? Marshall gone. So, Sharona, you never were able to answer about the question about Sankey.
She left for a second. Okay, this is what we're going to ask her when she gets back. Do you think that the play of...
Sorry, guys. I have adopted a little demon kitty cat, and she's making a mess over here.
Joey, ask her the question, because then I got a good follow-up question for us to talk about based on that.
I never did get to hear your answer about Bishop Sankey.
Oh, I was one of the ones who was. I actually wrote an article telling everybody to tamp the brakes on the Bishop Sankey hype train. Kim Whisenhunt is a running back by committee guy. I would not. The only Titans running back I think that I have drafted is David Cobb, and that's usually pretty late. And that's because I think he might be slated to get the red zone target. So was he? I think people were disappointed, but I think the people who were disappointed were buying into the hype that was unwarranted.
I gotcha. Yeah, people get excited about a player and they start thinking of how great he's going to be in their head, but it doesn't transition to his play on the field. He looked a little bit better this preseason, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's looked good. I mean, he's a young guy.
Right. Yeah, I think he definitely has potential.
I want to get back and talk about Mariota for a second. After watching a terrible Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line, after seeing Jameis Winston look like a rookie.
Drafted Eric Decker, by the way.
Is it a little bit? Does that help you with the Mariota pick? Like, do you wish you would have gotten Winston? Let me just say this: given what you've seen from Mariota and what you've seen from Winston, if you could just pick all between the two straight up, who would you pick?
I would have picked Mariota.
I'm talking about right now. Like, would you do that? Because I think it's easier to do that now after seeing Winston and the hype train dying a little bit.
I mean, I think that with Jameis Winston, he's a little bit like your Brett Favre's, your Johnny Manziel's, and that you get a nice play and then he'll go YOLO on you. I mean, let's not forget Kelvin Benjamin saved him. His Heisman Trophy winning season, much like Johnny Manziel with Mike Evans, their wideouts saved them, and really, the quarterback gets all the glory, right?
Right.
And but I think Jameis Winston is talented, and when you look across the league and see how many teams are hurting for the guy that they hope and dream would be, would be their franchise quarterback. We're still trying to become an integrated family. Puppy Dog is still not entirely in love with Kitty Cat.
Certainly, his whole.
So yeah,
His
I
whole
mean,
evolutionary body has told him not to be in love with Kitty Cat.
oh, Kitty Cat's like, sure, whatever. She didn't
Well, that's
care.
a big catch by Sammy Coates, Joey.
Yeah, it was. It was a huge catch.
I'm wa-
Um,
I'm, I'm watching the Arizona Oakland game because I'm curious to see what the Arizona offense and defense are going to do. I've drafted their defense. I'm a big believer in John Brown. Carson Palmer has to stay healthy.
Huge deal for him. If they want to succeed, they need Carson Palmer to stay healthy.
Yeah.
if they
Um,
have Carson Palmer, they got a real deal team.
do you expect much
Mhm.
from Chris Johnson?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
A lot of that obviously depends on Andre Ellington. He's a guy that's, Bruce Arians, I think, wants to have a running back by committee, much like we were talking about with Ken Wisenhunt and the Titans' backfield. I think that, last year he had Andre Ellington on a snap count, and I think we'll see something similar this year. And I think David Johnson's going to get his opportunities, and Chris Johnson, if he can beat those two guys out, might see some time. Otherwise, I think that he's going to ride the bench for the most part unless somebody gets hurt.
Right. I think you're right. Chris Johnson is there more insurance than anything else. Ellington seems to be a bit fragile.
Yeah, I mean,
So they did want to, yeah, they did need to bring somebody in that could, give them at least a leg up in certain situations. And I think he's a similar style back to Ellington. He's not the bell cow back he was years ago.
yeah.
But you got to think this, Joey, is that he didn't have he was the second back in New York last year, and he still got like 800 yards or 600 yards on
Round are we in?
like a low amount of carries. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Johnson knows how to play football, and he knows how to play running back, and that all he does is do this is see hole, hit hole, go. I mean, it's very simple for him, and I think you get behind a decent offensive line, and Chris Johnson could still be dangerous, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's at risk to break one off at any time, right?
Yeah,
He is a home run threat.
I mean,
But,
in his sleep.
Well, but we haven't seen that Chris Johnson in a
In
while.
some time, yeah.
But he also has played for the Jets, and no offense, Sharona, the Titans. The fact that somebody did, I mean, like, he has done, imagine him on the Cowboys offensive line. What do you think about this, Sharona? I was upset overall that the Cowboys didn't try to get Fred Jackson. I thought that would have been a good fit there. A guy
It's weird.
productive.
Yeah, it's weird. We heard his name to the Seahawks. They haven't ever officially signed him, have they?
Is that right? Yeah.
I don't-
Okay. So it never. Yeah. I didn't. You didn't ever. I haven't heard anything else about it.
I mean, there was all that hype. Let me look it up real quick. I don't think that they ever did, which didn't make sense because he's, I mean,
All right,
he's still a
Joey.
free agent.
We are 2 picks out.
All right. Are we going to go running back or receiver?
Here's our team right now. We're 2 picks away, and our team is Andrew Luck, Eddie Lacy, Emmanuel Sanders, Edelman, Martellus Bennett, Latavius Murray, Charles Johnson. So, let's see. Wide receiver. Top wide receivers. Michael Floyd's out there, speaking of Arizona.
He'll be out a few weeks.
Anquan Bolden is out there. Funches is available. Why isn't Cody Latimer going to be better? And why aren't we hearing his name in Denver a lot?
I think there's so much hype about was it Emmanuel Sanders last year?
Hmm.
And I think we saw how that turned out. I think that people just don't know. Peyton Manning, they're managing him. You don't know exactly what you have with him, and so I think people. Oh shoot! Hold on just a second, guys. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Joey, we just took Devin Funches over Michael Floyd.
We almost had a catastrophe. So sorry.
We just picked. It's okay. We just picked.
Okay.
And I just picked
I think
Devin.
people. Oh, did you get Funches?
I did over Michael Floyd.
I almost went with him over Torrey Smith. I came really, really, really close to doing that. I think conventional wisdom is that the Broncos are going to run the ball more, and I agree with that.
Right.
So
And
I don't
you got to
think
look at Gary Kubiak, too.
That's his
Gary
coaching style, is to pound the ball. Run. That's his style.
And throw to
Exactly.
one receiver. Like, if you think about it.
and the tight ends.
all
and
you
he's a
need-
tight
The
end.
tight ends
Yep.
get the red zone targets. So you're not going to have, and let's face it, you don't have Julius Thomas there, and he was a guy who drew attention and it helped free up the wideouts.
For sure.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot of things. I think.
Is it Tammy who's there now as a tight end?
No, Tammy. Tammy was playing for?
Is it the Chiefs?
Yeah, he got kidney punched earlier tonight. It looked
Oh
painful.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's with the Chiefs. So who is their tight end there in Denver?
Owen Daniel is one of
Okay.
them,
Former
and
Texan.
long history with Cougs. And who is the other one? They've got a young guy, Virgil
Okay.
Green, I believe is his name.
Okay.
Virgil Green. So yeah, it's going to be a different offense. Peyton wants that Super Bowl ring, and I think you're going to see.
Hey, can I jump in here real quick and
Sure.
tell you that we're up on the draft board, Joey.
Okay.
Right, we got here are options. Wide receiver, top 3 options are Colston, Kendall Wright, Anquan Bolden, Garcon. All right. Now
Okay.
here's running back: Vereen, Coleman, Freeman, Duke Johnson. I don't like any of those names. We've got everybody. We've got all positions filled, Joe. What do you think about drafting the Seattle Seahawks or the Bills defense? Look, we could be the first team to pick a defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th round. What do you think? Seahawks in the 9th, Joey?
That wouldn't be a bad pick. That wouldn't be bad at all.
Or would you pick? I mean, you could pick up a backup quarterback. I don't want to do that. I mean, you're just going to start your
Right.
quarterback all season.
Yeah. The defense would be good now. Defense and special teams.
All right, so let's talk about this. Is Seattle going to be the powerhouse they've been? Are the Bills going to be better? I don't know. The Bills got a great front four.
Right.
It goes, right now it's Seahawks, Bills, Rams, Jets. Those are the top defenses.
I like either one. I guess you got to go Seattle. As good as
Just
they
their
are,
reputation.
right? Even without Cam Chancellor, I think they're still going to be pretty freaking good.
Is he going to sit out?
I think so.
Are they
So
not gonna-
far, he's not going to sit out the regular season.
No, I think as long as they play in, I think it's 6 games, it counts as a season for them. You know what I mean? Like toward their pay and career,
Yeah.
it counts as I think it's 6 games.
But
So-
at some point, the team's going to be like, yeah, this has gone too long, and we're not going to write off the fines that you're accumulating.
And you think that'll bring it back?
Yeah.
Okay.
One league is already finished up, guys.
Wow.
The Mentor League. And somebody said, wow, the Mentor League's going slow. And they outbooked everybody. They're done. And they're still in our league, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds to go.
Wow.
Gosh, the 12-team league is legit, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know that Clip, my buddy Clip, who is on?
Oh wait, did it draft somebody for me? No, I'm on the clock. Okay, good.
Let's see who she's got.
Can I curse now?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, this is bad.
It's tough, man. We're in the deep muck. This is where the fantasy analysts say they make the money. Right here by getting an extra 8 points.
I just said fuck it and drafted Marcus Wheaton.
Interesting, because he's probably going to play a bit more for the first 4 games.
Yeah.
So he'll get a chance.
Yeah, and if he establishes a rhythm with Ben and, it'll take Martavius Bryant's a young guy. I mean, he's super talented, got all the talent in the world, but if you listen to what Ben Roethlisberger is saying, it sounds like he's got more, he's got confidence in Marcus Wheaton, and he could still be the guy.
Right.
Gosh, I don't know, man. We are in the deep, deep depths of fantasy football right now. Obviously, nobody took any. I bet you there's a starting quarterback out there right now.
You think?
So, what if you would have waited to the 9th round to pick a quarterback, Joey? So, if we would have not picked Andrew Luck, we could have stacked up somewhere else, and right now we could have grabbed Eli Manning, Sam Bradford, Matthew Stafford. I like Matthew Stafford and Carson Palmer. Matthew Stafford, or
even Teddy Bridgewater.
You got to wonder though, is he just gonna have like kind of what Cam Newton has had for the last 2 years, which is just like 200-yard games, 2 touchdowns or 1 touchdown, just slow and steady.
I should look up the what are the rules on rushing yards in this league?
I think it is we give 1 point per 10 yards.
Okay.
I think that's it. And you get a point for every 5 carries.
Somebody's
or a
down.
Point. Or some sort. You get some sort of point for a number of carries, and I don't know if it's a half point or a point or.
Okay.
How about this, Joey? This is the biggest event one of the bigger events for us of the year, and neither of us play in it.
I know, right? Well, that's because we want to give our fans, as many of our fans as possible, a chance to get in. It really is.
It's so busy. Like right now, I'm having trouble drafting somebody else's team, let alone my own team.
Exactly.
I would just let the website crash if it was my team. Okay, so Joey, how about this? What do you think? Is that I've been of the past a guy that's been willing to wait late, like 6 rounds for quarterback.
Okay.
So we are in, I think, about the 9th round now in this league. I can't say.
10th round.
We're in the we're pick 12 of the 9th round.
Oh, pick 12. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So we're about to be in the 10th round, and there's still. Sam Bradford could have a monster year this year.
He really could.
All right, let's see who's up.
Is Aguilar still out there?
No way. They had him rated so high.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a huge year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so much based on entire. We haven't seen any of it. Do you think? I feel like there's such a jump right now. Gosh, there are no wide receivers out there. Marcus Colston is the highest ranked wide receiver right now.
Wow.
Green Beckham's out there. Tell us, what is DGB going to do?
I think it's going to be another 2 years before he's really going to break out. I think that he's very much a guy who's a project. I mean, he didn't even play football last year, right? And so I'm avoiding him. I don't think that he's going to produce it all this year. I could be surprised. I've been doing these auction drafts, these MFL auction drafts, and I got Harry Douglas for $1
Oh
last
wow.
night or night before last, and he just scored a touchdown in their preseason game. I think that um, they're going to play Kendall Wright in the slot, and he's going to get his opportunities. But on the outside, I think that Harry Douglas is going to be their number one.
Oh wow. I think BGB has some really incredible talent.
He's got an
Physically,
enormous amount of talent.
yeah, physically he is gifted, but he's got some maturing to do, I think,
Yes.
as a person and as a football player. And once he does that, the sky's the limit with that guy.
Grant Hughes picked 6 running backs.
Oh my God.
All right, listen to this. Missy Russell just finished her draft at Missy Russell 81. If you guys want to follow on Twitter, this is her top 3 picks: Marshawn Lynch, AJ Green,
Oh, it's my turn.
Justin Forsett. I got no problem with that.
No, me neither.
Justin Forsett is a guy that I haven't been high on in the past, but what else are they going to do in Baltimore this year?
Yeah.
I just didn't. I mean, in the past, I guess they've had some options. All they're going to do is run the ball. Crazy.
And throw to Steve Smith.
So let's see. So
Wow, Green Bay shellacked the Saints.
all right, here is Grant's team, who drafted 6 running backs.
Oh, yeah?
Could be genius. All right, here's his team from top to bottom: Tony Romo, DeMarco Murray, Randall Cobb, Jordan Matthews, Greg Olson, Amir Abdullah, Giovanni Bernard, Broncos defense, Corey Parker is their kicker, and then he's got, listen to these back. He's got Doug Martin, Ronnie Hillman, Kendall Wright, Duke Johnson, Victor Cruz.
All right.
Wow.
He's got a ton of backs. Basically, what he is doing is he's become the running back hoarder in that league, where you're gonna have to come and beg him for
Trades. Yeah.
Yep, you're gonna have to beg him for something that you need, because in this league with the flex you have some options. I feel like wide receiver is thinner this year than people went wide receiver early. It's tough right now if you look out into the wide receiver field to see who's out there. And
People did go wide receiver heavy, but that's been a trend I've seen everywhere.
Right? Yeah. I mean, he's against the grain. 6 running backs. That's crazy, right? I think I know. We're coming up, Joey. We're a couple.
Well, we do have
up.
2 flex spots, so
Yeah, and you only have to start one running back though in this league. So I think I got a sleeper
Gio's
pick.
not a bad flex option.
No, Giovanni Bernard.
Right. I mean, he's like Sproles.
Right. Exactly. Danny Woodhead.
Woodhead is he still on the board?
He did.
Okay.
He went off a little while ago.
Okay.
I was
Joey,
surprised
it's
he
our
was still.
pick.
He went at pick 111.
Wow.
Joey, it's our pick right now. Okay.
Okay.
This is my personal what I want to do right now. If I'm going to draft this team by myself, I want to pick Steve. Oh, what happened? Why does Stevie Johnson have a red flag beside him? Did he get hurt?
I don't see him.
There's a flag beside his name. Oh, he's in the queue. That's why. I want Stevie Johnson, Joey. He's way down the list. People ahead of him are Anquan Bolden, Brandon LaFell, Devontae Parker. I don't know anything about Devontae Parker. He's a rookie. Perryman, rookie. Cody Lattimore, he doesn't do anything. Moncrief doesn't do anything.
So you would pick Stevie Johnson over Anquan Bolden?
I think Stevie Johnson's going to blow up this year.
I think you're right.
Yes, and I think the San Francisco 49ers are a mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draft Stevie Johnson. This is my pick of the draft.
All
This is what
right.
happened.
He's had 1,000 yards, I think, each of the last 2 seasons, and it's been with bum quarterbacks.
Right.
So I think Kaepernick is going to be actually going to be like a step up or an upgrade.
No, he's not with them anymore. He's with San Diego.
Oh well, there's a huge upgrade.
Yeah, and he's looked good in camp. He's had great stats his entire career. I don't know why people have. I don't know why the Bills gave up. I mean, I think they just didn't want to have to pay him.
Right.
Well, he's also kind of had a little bit of a rep as a locker room.
Cancer.
Yeah, I don't like the word cancer, but yeah, I mean that's a common word. I'm not knocking you, Joe. I don't personally like it, but yeah, a guy that's not necessarily been
a distraction.
Yeah, he's a me guy. I'm not a believer in Stevie Johnson, but I know a lot of people are.
Not anymore. He's not a me guy. If he is, he's not. He's a traveling man.
Right. He's a Rolling Stone. But I do think he's going to be a good fit there in San Diego. Yeah, with Rivers, I really do think he'll fit in well there. He doesn't have to be the go-to guy, but he knows how to get open. He's not scared to run any route, so he'll go over the middle of the field. So yeah, I think that's a nice fit for him there.
All right, it's our pick. We've got how many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wide receivers, 5 wide receivers. We got a lot of receivers. We need a running back, Joey. Feel like, all right, so we could get
around 11.
Hold on, Eric's calling me, Tony.
Okay.
Hold on.
I got it. I'm about to make this pick. I'm thinking about, let's see, Ronnie Hillman. Anquan Bolden's still there. LaFell, I can't do that. Cody, Eddie Royal, Percy Harvin, Marvin Jones, Malcolm Floyd, Michael Crabtree. Gosh, these guys all stink. They're all terrible. Let's see. Niall Davis in Kansas City. $38 seconds. Where are receptions? 41. 32. All right, I'm going with Darren Sproles in the crowded backfield that is Philadelphia. What do you think? You're I feel like you follow like the kind of Denver's. Have you followed CJ Answer? You picked him. He seems to be.
It was auto picked for me.
Right. He seems to be though like a lot of people. Denver loves him. It seems.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
He's kind of an out of nowhere guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, as a undrafted free agent. He did. I mean, there's been talk that Monty Ball could be traded. Might even not make the squad. I do think he's going to make the squad. I think C.J. Anderson is. I think there are a lot of question marks about the Broncos' offense this year, and so hopefully C.J. Anderson's going to be very, very, very good. Okay, my turn. Hold on.
All right, let's see what you got.
Let me see what I do.
Let's see if any other leagues. How many more leagues? I'm gonna look around to see. One more pick in Mel's league.
I am going to take Kyle Rudolph because
I like that pick. That's tight end, right?
Yeah, because Antonio Gates is going to miss the first few games.
He's so old, man. He's got to stop playing football.
But he's been awesome. He's been awesome.
He's just like this. It's crazy.
The thing about Antonio Gates that concerns me, and I've drafted him in 2 or 3 different leagues, is that historically, guys coming back from PED suspensions suck.
Yeah,
Do with
I
that
think
what you may.
his is. I'm telling you, I think his was like. I don't think his was like to get bigger. I think it was like an anti-aging,
I think it.
trying not to get turn into a dinosaur pill.
Yeah, I think it was that and recovery to recover, get his body recovered.
He
It's a lot
can't
of it.
recover. Yeah, at that age, you cannot recover from football. He's been in the league. He was talking about fantasy football. You know, Antonio Gates is the guy that redefined fantasy football
Yeah.
and kind of broke the whole machine. Is that the idea that there's going to be these tight ends in the league? If we're going to require you to pick a tight end, there's going to be like 3 of them. Actually, for him, there was only him for like 5 years. Like, he was the only one. I'm trying to think of like what was another tight end that was doing it during his time. I feel like he's the only guy. Like, now we have Gronk and Jimmy Graham. You had Shockey, probably. But Antonio Gates is the tight end that redefined fantasy football and football in general, that you're going to start using. Maybe when he was around, Antonio Gates and Gonzalez. There's always 2 tight ends, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's what the pair was at that decade. But if you think about that, that was 16 years ago. Antonio Gates was blowing up fantasy football in 2001. It's crazy. 15 years
Is it
ago.
my pick? Shit. You guys, I'm getting screwed. I don't even know who I'm getting.
Uh-oh.
Did I get the Jets?
You got Brandon LaFell.
Ah, fuck me.
Dolphins just went. Oh, I'm getting up close to a pick here. Brandon LaFell's not a bad pick.
It's not a bad pick.
Brady.
I've got Tom Brady. Yeah. Oh, now it's not. Are we done?
No, there's 3 more rounds.
Oh, here we go. Okay. I thought so. It was not letting me do anything. All right. Yeah, I mean, it could have been worse.
What are you? Let's see. Uh-oh, it's my pick. My pick. Gotta find a gem right here. This is where you find a gem. Who is gonna blow up out of nowhere? So tough here this late. Michael Crabtree is the top-rated receiver right now. There's got to be a gem down here. Philip Dorsett. Tyler Lockett.
Yeah?
That might be one. Gosh. Like that. Eddie Royals out there. He's going to get some catches in. Where is he at? Chicago now? All right. I'm going to do something crazy here. Ronnie Hillman's there. Denver. All right. I picked Matt Jones, running back, Washington Redskins. The idea is that right now he's not going to get, he's first of all, you're not going to start guys down here deep like this that you're picking right now. So there's no sense in trying to pick a guy that each week you're just wondering, should I start him over the guy I really like for an extra point? So what I like to do deep in these rounds, Sharona, is start playing for a team that if they had the guy go down, the guy behind him would still do well. So right now, RG3 is out. Captain Kirk is in, and we know that he sucks too. So who's their running back? Alfred Morris, who is awesome, but he just kind of grinds it up between the 20s.
Sorry about that, guys. My son stayed home from school with a sore throat today, and he just woke up. He was sweating in his bed. He's not feeling very well, so I'm making him some soup. But anyway,
No problem.
who did you pick, Tony?
I went crazy, Joey. Since you've been gone, I picked Stevie Johnson.
Right, that's right. I was here for that one.
Okay. That's right. That's right. I picked. Were you here for Darren Sproles?
No, but I like it.
All right. I picked Darren Sproles, and then I went wide running back heavy too. I picked Matt Jones of Washington in the. We're in the 13th. That was the 13th round.
So we're looking at a kicker now, right?
We need a kicker, and we got an extra spot to get a backup. So I think I know what I want to do. I really don't care about kickers. Is that why I lose fantasy football, Joey?
But me, I was thinking
kickers are people too.
I feel like every kicker should get about the same amount of points each week.
No.
Like I don't feel like you're gonna be. I mean, I know it's like but I don't feel like it's this. It's just kind of what the game dictates, right?
Well, that is part of it, but I mean, you got guys that can kick it from 55 versus guys that can only kick it from 50. And it's only 5 yards, but it makes a huge difference.
Excuse me.
Oh my God! It auto drafted for us.
Who did it pick?
That's some bullshit.
I hate it when it does that. It's been doing that to me.
I wasn't even close. I didn't even think I was picking. It picked Ronnie Hillman.
Oh, well, you wanted to go running back heavy.
No, well, we are very running back heavy. I had an idea what I wanted to do, and that's not what I wanted to do. What if I didn't
you can only draft
one
quarterback in this league? You can't draft.
No, you can draft as many as you want, but they're just going to sit on their bench. Like, you can do anything with your bench players and your flex.
It wouldn't let me. It would not let me draft one.
Did you have? What pick was it?
It might have been my last pick. I guess I'm limited to defense and kicker now.
Like if you have to pick, you have to fill every spot. That's probably why.
That's it.
Like that's why I didn't want to get Ronnie Hillman, Joey, because I could have. I wanted to pick a backup quarterback there, and now we got to pick a kicker with our last pick, and I wanted a backup quarterback. So now, right away, we're going to be dropping one of these dudes. Jay's going to be dropping one of these guys and getting a backup quarterback that has. There's some guys out there. Like, that's the first thing I would do.
Mm-hmm.
And, it won't even let you look at them because I can only pick a kicker.
Kicker, right.
Yeah, see, it wouldn't even bring it up for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened to me, too, because I got to get a kicker. That sucks because I didn't think. That's 2 picks I blew for Jay. And a couple I rushed. 1, 2 leagues are done. 3 leagues are done.
Well, who's the kicker options?
Is it our pick? Oh, it is our. No, it's not our pick. Who are the kicker options? Okay, here we go.
It's not your pick?
No, it's not. I got like 6 picks.
Oh, Ginger matches. Okay.
Matt Prater, Detroit. Matt Bryant, Atlanta. Dan Bailey. Dallas. What, the Atlanta guy?
Yeah.
Brandon McNunis, Denver. Don Carpenter from Buffalo. Mason Crosby. See, all these. You don't want Mason Crosby from Green Bay. You ain't going to do nothing.
He's been a lot
Minnesota.
better.
What about Phil Dawson? San Francisco. They're going to be kicking a ton of field goals this year. You like the Matt Bryant?
I do. For one, he gets 8 games in a dome. So.
All right, this is why. Let me tell you this, Joey. This is why I don't like picking a kicker. Right now, we are at. I pulled up all the kicker ranks between. Let's just see how many points. This is what the 257th kicker ranked. He's 257th ranked player, and he scored 126 points, or that's what he's projected or scored. Yeah, that's his projections. Matt Prater is 156, 100 picks earlier, 136 points. This shows you how irrelevant the kicker position is.
I don't like playing in leagues where there's kickers.
You mean you can have leagues where there's no kickers? Wow.
Really?
I want to get in that league.
Yeah.
That's nothing. You know what I'm saying, Joey? That we better be glad this was our last pick of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. We're teeing up Matt Bryant.
All right.
Hold on. I got to go check on the soup.
No worries. We're about done because I think there's only one pick left in one pick in ours and.
Is it calling me Team Whitehurst? Oh no! Look, here we go.
You should be Team Fabulosa.
Yeah, now it scrolled down. It's me. It's user error.
Gosh, right. I've had a lot of it.
All right, I'm gonna exit out of that so I can see you guys. Yeah, that was fun.
So, are you done?
I'm done.
All right, this is my final pick right here, and that is where'd he go?
Shut up. Come here.
Did he get gone? Somebody drafted him.
Hush. Hush.
All right, that is it. The draft is over for me. Sharona, how do you feel about your team? Oh, I lost your sound again. I wonder if that's me. Is it me?
How about now?
Back.
Okay. It was me. I hit my button. I feel pretty good about it. I mean, I've got some good players. I thought that it was kind of a weird draft because it threw me off in the beginning, not being able to pick who I wanted to pick, and then I was trying to figure out why I wasn't able to pick, and so
yeah, it throws your chi off at that point.
Yeah, it really does. But I can safely say that this team is really a lot different from all the other teams that I've drafted, and I like that.
That is great because, one of my problems with fantasy football is that if I'm in 5 leagues, I just draft the same team 5 times.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that is nice. Here, this is what Mel just texted me. He said, I have the 2010 Pro Bowl team. AP, Peyton Manning, Steve Smith, Andre Johnson.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, you gotta hope that. Mel's an old guy. He's past his bedtime right now, so he's gonna be scooting to bed soon.
Let's see here.
Awesome.
I'll pull up my team so you guys can see. Oop.
So one of the things, Sharon, I gotta ask is this:
Sure.
Have you ever heard of a fantasy football league like what we do, where you have 4 leagues of 12 going after each other? It's almost like we took our own in-home version of DraftKings and said, this is our spin on it.
I am in the Scotty. Oh, wait, it's not coming up. Hold on. I am in the Scotty Fishbowl League that I'm actually in. No, it's not.
Tell us
What?
about the Scotty Fishbowl League. That's what I want to hear about. That's a great name.
There are 360 teams. I think it's because, let me refresh this.
300
Yeah, there are three. Let's see if this is. Nope, it's not going to do it. I don't know why it's not letting me.
I could probably pull your team up right here. Let me see.
Sand pay league dues. I paid everything. You know, guys, I didn't ever get my shirt either.
What?
Oh, no.
No, that's because you paid the 24. Pretty sure.
Anyway.
Like, well, the way that it works is there's two. There's the 24 and the 38. And the 24 gets you in to win prizes. The 38 gets you in for the shirt, the cam wow. I'll go back and look. I gotta go back. I'll just go back and look.
And Peak League football, right?
I've messed up like 3 times, so on that.
Does anybody know?
I was mailing those, Joey, out of my car at Panther training camp.
Oh yeah.
Like I walked in, I was in a suit. I changed from a suit to a Cam Newton jersey in the parking lot of the bank of the post office. And then I went in there and mailed like 28 packages, which took an hour and a half in the busiest post office on the planet.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
And they were really nice. I was the one that took forever, but okay, so
I heard South Carolina won. I heard if you're ever in Greenville, and we gotta go there next year, Tony, is go to the Beacon. They
okay.
said that it's been around, that restaurant's been around like I think 50 years or something, but they said it's a fantastic place to go eat.
All right, well look, I think Joey, you know what? The good news is this is all the fantasy football leagues have been completed.
All right.
Um
When does free agency, or when can you start picking up free agents, you know?
I don't know, but we're gonna have to pick up somebody.
Right. We're going to get a second string quarterback. And if Bradford's there, get him.
Somebody's already on the block for. They emailed the entire 48. That's funny. That who has Antonio Brown? He'll trade Eddie Lacy. I'll trade you my top pick for $100.
Nice.
Okay, Joey, that's about it, man. I'm ready to go. I gotta go to work in the morning.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Joey, this is the C3 Fantasy Football Challenge. 48 teams have come together. All Panther fans or Panther alum fans, we'll call them, right? Or, like Sharona is obviously a Tennessee Titan fan, but
she also roots for the Panthers when they're playing the Titans.
She's friendly. She's friendly.
Yeah.
Imagine if Scott Karasik was in this league.
Oh, no.
I know. He would actually, probably, sue us.
Probably.
Because imagine 48 other Panther fans being around him.
Right. Well, 47 other Panther fans being around him.
Yeah, 47. And that would be, boy, and he would try to beat all of them.
And he would, every week, every time the Panthers and Falcons played and the Panthers won, he would hear about it so much.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd give some
his head would explode. His head would explode.
He would give some crazy excuse about, so-and-so's not playing where he needs to be playing, and this guy needs to come off the bench and do this. And,
oh, wow. It'd be tough. Okay, Joe, that's it. We're going to wrap it up for tonight. We did it.
What we do here is go back.
That's what we did. This is the C3 Fantasy Football Challenge 2015 version. There's 48 teams involved. I think we sold 32 premium packages, so that three Pete's are out there, Joe. The Camwows are out there. Panther fans playing together against each other, but still there's that kind of love in the background.
That's right.
One day we'll play, Joey.
One day.
All right. Well, go take care of your family, and I'll catch you on Tuesday.
All right, man. I look forward to it. Don't forget, we're having Frank Scadudo.
Scadudo. Yeah, you like that? I got it.
Frank Scadudo. He writes for the Jaguars. He'll be on, give us some info on the Jaguars. And next weekend, you and I and Mel will be down in Jacksonville for the Panthers season opener. It's going to be a big time. Big
Oh,
time.
man, it's going to be great. All right. I'll see you Tuesday, Joe.
All right. Good night.